Well, welcome back to another Gibbs adventure. And it's March now, and it's the time of year where I start trapping beaver. And I'm out looking for houses, and so the number one thing I want to find on a beaver house is a chimney. And you can see we had about quite a bit of snow, and you can see the chimney on this house. So I'm gonna set it up with snare poles. You can see some few sticks sticking out there in the feed bed. So I'll get to work and I'll shovel out a couple of spots, and I'm gonna drop 4 snare poles here and see what I can do. Should be a full colony of beaver here, so we'll see how it goes. Lots of work trapping beaver, so I kind of tried to wait till land fur was over, and now I'm gonna pick up a few more beaver. So follow along. Beaver trapping is nothing but grunt work. You need to have a strong back and a weak mind. Okay, so I got this pole set, put 6 snares on it, and with a safety wire and a cross pole. I'm just making this one up here. You can see I ran my safety wire across the top, and I always bundle my snares in bundles of 6 like this, so they don't get caught on anything. And then good to go. So I'll show you how I make this up. So I've already measured it to see how deep the water is. I have about a little over 18 inches of ice. Now I'll just attach my snares. I run 2 on each side, or sorry, 3 on each side, and then a double row. I made these too smart. So water's to here, 18 inches of ice. I'll put my first snare about here. And the wire. And the snare. There's my pliers. In my box. One snare. And cut my wires too short. Hardest part about filming is to make sure you talk to yourself. Just having a discussion with my buddy about that the other day. You get going and you don't talk. People are kind of wondering what the heck you're doing. So I always use a green pole. The old way they used to teach us was to use a dry pole and put some bait on it, but I don't bother with that. So you can see I got 3 snares. I'll kind of give you an idea what I'm doing here. So I want them opposite because I make my hole like a slot so I can feed it down. So my pole's all made up. So I got 2 sets of 3 snares, and I try to keep them on line because I'm going to run them down my hole. And hopefully I can show that here. I got a safety wire, and then I'm going to lock it in with another wire. And that just make sure that I don't lose it. I would normally put 4 poles, but because my chainsaw is not long enough, I'm just going to put 2 for today, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to get myself a longer blade and be able to cut more ice, because I'm too old to be chopping so much ice the way I was at 60. I'd rather cut with the chainsaw than chop ice. So there you go. So we'll check this in a couple days, and then I'll show you the results. Feels pretty good right now. Oh, something on it.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
Caught by the front foot. Nope. Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, I got something. Got its buddy. Haven't lost my touch, Dave.
Well, that's a good sized beaver too, eh?
Yeah. Oh, it's solidly caught.
It's what?
Pretty solidly caught there, like caught right around the chest. See, I got no mercy for him, Dave. I don't even let him chew on the pole. That snare.
How many beavers live in a house?
It depends. Can be 10. You know, like a really good house is 10. And a mediocre house is 2. I prefer not to set 2s. Oh, even caught a piece of bait. Look at that.
And how do you determine how many beavers live there?
Well, usually at this time of year, you can tell by the how much of a vent is on top of the chimney.
So how many beavers do you suspect live here?
I would say about 6. We'll know the next pass because we got like the 2 big ones. But sometimes you get a whole bunch of, like Dave trapped a house there up in Kaviskon Bay, and he got like 8 big ones, eh, Dave?
8 big ones, yeah.
Yeah, that's like a dream house. Like, we love those. So what happens is the beaver swims around the pole because that's his food, is the bark. That's what they eat. And he tries, because it's fresh popper, he's going to come swimming around the pole, and then he gets caught in the snare, and you see how they get caught there. So now I got to carefully put it back down the hole here. Now the trick when you put it back down the hole is to not screw up all your loops. There, that one. I have a really good friend in Minnesota, Jimmy there. He catches like 200 to 500 beaver a year. And he asked me one time why my pick was dull. And I said, well, I don't like to catch too many beavers at once because that's a lot of skinning. Hey? We'll start stacking them up, then it's a lot of work. Yeah, 2 nice beavers, Dave. Beaver in Ontario are managed under a sustainable yield process where We harvest an X amount of beaver every season on our trap lines. And it's actually a mandatory harvest. We're supposed to catch 75% of our quota. So for example, if my quota was 100 beavers, the government requires me to harvest 75 a year.
What do you want? Want me to throw your chicken? For more beaver content, head over to Trappers, Trails, and Tales.